John is co-host of The Gravel Lot, which is an amazing podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining me.
Of course. Love being here.
Good to see you. John, can you tell me, how did you get started?
That is a fantastic question.
Thank you.
Would you like to see my scars?
I would love to,
So,
yes.
Most of my scars are actually all over my shins from clipping pedals, coming unclipped, hitting rocks. There's really
That
good
looks
ones.
really
That's
nasty.
a
What the
pretty
heck?
recent one, actually.
Yeah, that's still a scab though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still healing.
Not
This one-
technically a scar, but he's...
It's definitely gonna be.
Yeah.
You can already see that
What
one's
happened there?
definitely
How
gonna
did you
be.
get that?
Oh, that's also a pedal.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what all of these are.
Derm pedals.
That's a chain ring from going over the bars at Versailles.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, you can actually see the dots
pattern.
of it. Yeah,
Nice.
pretty sweet. And
We'll zoom in. I'll zoom in on that.
forgive the shaved or the unshaved legs right now because I'm not actually really doing
Do you want to see
any
my
racing.
unshaved legs?
Yeah, let's compare them. And compare scars too. Oh, you got some good ones too.
I got some good ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a few.
See, I feel like these are
These
like mountain bike shins.
Exactly.
You get them all messed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. Well, thank you for sharing your scars with me.
Of course.
Tell me about your
No big-
childhood, John.
That's also a really good question.
Thank you.
I'd like to probably talk about my out-of-body experience.
Yes.
From the last time that I had an out-of-body experience riding
Okay.
my bike was the last 6-hour race at East Fork State Park, where it was north of 95 degrees. And granted, I was doing this with a teammate.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Butch Farrell, was my teammate. And
Hi, Butch.
we did a total of 6 laps. I got the last lap. I think I finished with 7 seconds left before 6 hours was over.
Sweet.
So we got there early, we helped set up the course, hot all day, rode 30-some miles of trail, helped tear down the course, put everything back in the car, got home, and by the time I got home, I don't know if it was dehydration, lack of food, I didn't really eat that much during the day, I couldn't keep my eyes open, I felt like I was floating over myself in the living room, like watching myself
Yeah.
just be in the fetal position laying on the floor.
You know, there's some people that pay good money for that experience.
I've heard.
Yeah.
And you can find it in the woods too. There's probably some of that in East Fork
Probably.
that I went right by and I
Yeah.
didn't even know it. I could have just cut out the middleman.
Yeah, you didn't have to race there. It would have been so much easier next time. Well, John, thank you. It's been a pleasure
Thank
talking to
you.
you.
This was a
Appreciate
blast.
it. All right.
Perfect that way.
Okay. Hi, we're back from commercial break. I'm here with Doug. Doug is part 2 of the Gravel Lot. I mean, the co-host of the Gravel Lot. Thanks for joining me, Doug.
Thanks for having me here, Annie. I
It's great to
appreciate
see
it. Yeah,
you.
it is. It's
Yeah.
really good to see you. We've had it.
It's
Good to be
been
here.
fun.
Absolutely.
So, Doug, do you have a secret talent?
It's a great question.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for asking. So I was recently out at the Marymount South 80 trails, the
Yeah.
only place in Marymount you're allowed to ride a bike. And John and I were actually out riding, and as we were going along, they're coming around a turn down a little hill, and all of a sudden I was being accosted by a very large dog snapping at my heels.
What?
And I just shouted to John, who was ahead of me, "John, take off, dog, 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 dog," and we took off at breakneck speed. I think I gathered some very fast times in my personal records
Nice.
doing that day.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Were you doing Strava then?
Yeah, so we were using
Sweet.
Strava. I would use Strava most of the time, just
Okay.
personally, so I can figure out how slow I am.
Where the dogs are?
I think there should be markers on that where I can be like, this is a dog area and you should avoid this area. There are lots of dogs here.
I think that would be a great addition to Strava. Pay attention.
Flag dogs.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. That's, yeah, I agree. So on that note, what was the most discouraging moment in this process?
It's a good question. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
asking.
Mhm.
I think it was when I was on another ride with John, which I frequently do, and I had a little bit of a spill and went right out the front door of the bike, hitting a rock at Mitchell, and I flew forward, smashed my head, and shot my GoPro down the trail.
Oh, no.
Had to find that, but was stunned for quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was probably the most discouraging point.
So the question is, was it good footage on the GoPro?
Oh, it was horrible.
Oh,
As always.
well, then,
It was just a
then
skittering
that was a
trail.
terrible, terrible
Most of it was just my feet as I approached the camera and found it. That's the only part I think that's good. But I think I may have deleted that footage.
What
at
a
this
shame.
point. Yeah, no, most of my GoPro footage. I've never been good at that. I've tried, but I can't film a thing on a GoPro.
Maybe you should give John the GoPro.
He's actually better at that stuff, the visual things.
You know why? Because, are you riding behind him, John? Is he catching you? wreck?
It depends on where we're at. I have more aerial height,
Right, yeah,
so
yeah.
I get a more perspective than Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he should just ride behind you.
And catch all
And
my
catch all
horrible
your-
wrecks.
yes.
Yeah, that'd basically be probably good. I do a lot of stupid. Most of the
It'd be
time,
good footage.
most of the time I wreck climbing though.
The slow-mo wrecks.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, but I pretty much just
Yeah.
fall over. So.
Cool. Well, thank you, Doug.
Thanks,
It's been a
Amy.
pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us out.
Hey, check out the gravel lot. Hi, we're back. I'm here with James. James is a cycling turn artist, or is it the
Mhm.
other way around?
Artist that turned cyclist. Wait, no, then became an artist again.
Okay,
Yeah, so out of shape is the answer.
you and me both. Oh my gosh. Well, James, what surprised you most about this process?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, thank you. That was a great question.
Sure.
And I think it's the experiences
Yeah.
of being on a bike,
Yeah.
and those amazing kind of views that I would see.
Oh.
I think one of the most amazing ones I saw was I think being surprised that we could not do the Pearl Pass, and you're up at like 12,000 feet.
Where's that at?
It's it's one of the original mountain bike rides.
Mm.
There's two areas where they say that mountain biking originated.
Mount Tam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other is to go from is it Crested Butte to Gunnison?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I could be wrong there. Is it Aspen?
That's close enough.
Aspen the Crested
Nobody
Butte.
who's watching
Yeah,
will
yeah.
know.
They'll know. But no, they'll write in and then I'll get the
Oh, that's true.
I messed up last time and I got death threats. So.
And then I'll have to write you a nasty letter.
Yeah,
And I don't
yeah.
want to have to do that. I
You
like
should see my
James.
Yelp page.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
It's gonna get worse. Be nice to James.
Yeah.
Um,
So it was getting up to that,
Yeah.
and then that was a tough one.
yeah.
We didn't even make it.
Who were you
It's
with?
only 38. It was my friend Nate and my
Okay.
wife Bridget and I.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
And it was how far was it? Is
I
that what you
think
were
it was
gonna say?
only 38 miles or something
Oh my-
crazy.
Climbing a mountain.
But it was going over this historic pass that was
Mhm.
amazing, and to be up at 12,000 feet, completely of your own like power.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like your legs and your willpower got you up to that far.
Yeah.
And we didn't even make it to the top of the pass. We were about 1 mile short. You could see it.
Oh,
It was
man.
amazing. Yeah.
Ah. Did you have altitude sickness or anything?
Kind of.
Yeah.
And that could. I'll get into that in a second.
Okay. Yeah, that's not
and
good.
yeah, it was just amazing.
Cool. I bet it was beautiful up there. So what was the biggest obstacle you faced and how did you overcome it?
You know what? That's a really great question.
Thank you.
And I think it was
Can
the
I
bunk.
stop you?
Yeah.
There's a little.
Is there a
critter.
bug on
Sorry.
here?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want it? I'll go.
Is it?
I'll
Yeah.
find it.
I might
It's-
have it.
I'm sorry.
I need
Do you
protein.
want me to get that back for you?
Yeah. I'll need.
We'll have to find it later.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
Okay,
think
go
it
ahead.
was the bonking.
Oh no.
Yeah, those
What
are the
happened?
biggest obstacles, and it's
Yes.
that moment where your energy leaves you, so you
Yes.
physically can't do anything anymore.
It's a horrible
But it's also
feeling.
your
Yeah.
willpower. It's amazing that the human mind can make you do something, but then it can also take that away.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, because right before you bonk,
Mhm.
you're just in a zone, right?
Mhm.
And grinding away, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you just,
Mhm.
bam. Yeah, where were you then?
So my friends, and it's going to be the same story.
Oh, okay.
I thought it would be
Nice.
interesting. There's
Yeah.
bookends there. So, is it Snowmass Village? Anyway, it's
Mhm.
up outside Aspen, and then my friends had this great connection. They were staying there, and it was during the tour of Colorado. Rest in
Oh,
peace.
nice.
And
That's been a while, huh?
yeah, and so we rode down to Aspen. Then we went up to do this epic mountain bike ride. We get back down in the town. Well, we stopped. We were like, we could do this and get all the way back down to this other city, but we won't
Yeah.
be able to make it back.
Yeah.
And
That's not good when you're in the
yeah,
mountains.
yeah. It's like a 3-hour drive, and then it's amazing that it's this but no one's ever created this actual driving path over this mountain. And so we get back down to Aspen, we're eating, but I was in the like sun,
Yeah. Oh.
and and everything and altitude sickness for hours, and then quickly consume some sort of, like, let's say a hamburger or a pizza with beer when I get back to Aspen. So then all we gotta do is ride up the Snowmass Village, and I'm someone at this point that's probably in peak fitness.
Yeah.
You know, riding 100-mile mountain bike races and whatnot, and I just bonked so hard, and I think my gut's cooked.
Oh no.
And so I'm on the side of this like bicycle path to get up to Snowmass.
Yeah.
And
Oh man.
yeah, just laying there, and they had to go up and get a car and then come back to get me because it just
Luckily,
felt,
luckily they were able. They didn't bonk, right?
Yeah.
Good. Hey, before we go, can you put your shoes up? Those are really cool. Do those zippers work?
Yeah, they
Amazing.
do. So you can take off tops and get different tops,
No
but
way.
I've never
Oh.
done that. So
That would be. Oh,
Yeah.
I would love that.
yeah.
Very cool. Well, James, it was a pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you very
so
much for having me.
Appreciate it.